Hey guys, Cam for 15 back at it with another video for you guys, and I'm back with another episode of My Happy Marriage. And oh my goodness, man. Listen, I loved season one. Season one was obviously the start of our boy Mio, our boy Mio, our girl Mio, and our boy Kudou getting to know each other better and the bonds of their relationship growing and the development of their relationship. And you did have some outside background information with that Emperor storyline and the hunger of wanting to get Mio and everything. And then you obviously had the gifted communion, and everything. But mostly season one was about getting Mio out of this toxic household that is the Saimori family and understanding and not only her abilities, her supernatural abilities, but understanding her heritage to an extent, and then even obviously forming that bond and that trust and love relationship with Kudou as Kudou does that with him. And this season, albeit we are getting bits and pieces of the romance blossoming, like like how in this week episode we finally have them kiss. Oh, that was such a good moment. This season so far seems to be diving a lot about the story and about how deep and maybe dark the story can truly ultimately get. Especially with the introduction that we now have of Naioshi Usui. AKA, I guess, the father that was supposed to be Mio's father, but is not Mio's father. And by far, this might have been, I think, out of all the episodes of My Happy Marriage up to this point, I think this might have been the best episode from a standpoint, just everything that was contained and the fact like, okay, now we're getting the picture of maybe who the main culprit has always been this entire time. And it's been Naioshi Usui. And oh my goodness, this episode had a lot. It had its action, it's had its drama, it had its obviously nice romance plot line, and it somewhat closes off this Kudou family storyline, little mini arc we've gotten to start off the season, especially with the mother. I still don't like the mother. I'm gonna go all over the place with this review, to be honest. Let's start off with the mother. So, after everything that has happened, in the episode, basically Kudou and Mio are gonna head back home now, back to the Imperial capital, because things are getting very much hectic with where they're at right now. So they're going back home. But you have it to where Kudou's mother comes in and wants to have a conversation with Mio. She sees Mio's dress, which was the dress I think Kazuki gave her. And Mio is still kind of stumbling over her words when it comes to talking to her stepmother. And albeit, even though by the end of the episode you see, okay, the stepmother now has she is opened up to the idea of giving Mio a chance and actually saying like, you know what, maybe she's not as bad as I thought she was. She has talent. I see why my son clearly isn't in love with her and why he wants to fulfill marrying her. But I still did not like what she had to say. Like, I get what the whole point she had to say. It's kind of like, you need to have a little bit more confidence. You need to stop bowing your head to people. You need to stop the apology crap. You don't need to feel sorry for yourself. And you need to have more confidence and self-esteem in the way you talk. Now, I agree. There is one aspect of Mio that I do wish she was a little bit more confident in herself. Instead of just kind of jungling around her words. But again, she's gotten that because of the household she lived in, the Saimori household. She has to get that out of her. And obviously that PTSD is still there. Somewhat, Kudou has helped to alleviate that a bit. But still, she still is that girl that will stumble over her words. And she doesn't have complete confidence. Obviously, like Allah in the first part of the episode, when Arta's like, why are you using your powers when I'm not around? Like, you do know, like, you can probably die if this is the case, if you don't know what you're doing. You have not mastered your abilities yet, right? She has to build the self-confidence. And when she does, she's gonna be probably a very completely different character, which is only gonna better. And this is just the growth that she's gonna have as a character. She's gonna start off as a very timid, a timid, girl that doesn't know what to say at the right time because of what she was lived in. She wasn't lived in a loving household. So to her, this is all new. This is all new. So that's why she's starting over. But that's going to make her character development as she gets more confident in herself and is willing to be the person she will grow into by probably the end of this series, where she'll still be Mio, but she'll be a completely different character and everything, right? And I get what Kudou's mom was going to say. And hold on a quick second, guys. But as I was saying, she's gonna be a completely different character and everything. But regardless, although the mother said it, and she did have good intentions in saying that, and we understand, and it might just be her way, of communicating, like, okay, you're not so half bad like I thought you were. Right? I still don't like the harsh way she's treating Mio like that. Like the fact of saying, like, I still don't recognize you as a member of the Kudou family, but I can see why my son loves you. But regardless, I could care less. So she's kind of giving Mio that tough love. Because I think at the end of the day, you see, and it's even like what her own attendant, her own personal maid said to Mio, saying like, listen, she was very much impressed with what you did yesterday in saving that young man's life. So, be grateful that, be happy that, she's proud of you. And maybe this will be a full circle moment at some point near the end of maybe either this season or at the end of the series. Because she ended up telling Kudou and everything. He's like, listen, you better correct that, nature and that personality of hers before she steps back in this house again. Because that's her whole thing. It's clear she wants Mio to be a completely different person, a more confident, better, more, self of herself. So then when she sees her, she's like, yes, that's the daughter that I envision. That's the daughter-in-law that I see my son being married to. Right? And when she told that to Kudou, obviously Kudou was very happy and relieved, and he's like, don't worry, of course, I'll make sure to do that. So, albeit, the mother, she somewhat redeemed herself. I still don't like her, though. I still don't like her. She could have been open arms as all together. But I still don't like her. F Kudou's mother. F Kudou's mother. But at least she recognized Mio for the talent she is. And then she even gave her an old ribbon of hers, that she said that, like, I don't really have any need for this anymore because what's the point? So go ahead and take it. You might as well use it if you're going to wear it, but you don't have to if you don't want to. It's basically garbage, but basically that was kind of a signal to Mio of that's basically, it was a gift from her to Mio of saying, like, you're all right. There's still some things you need to work on, but you're all right. I see why my son loves you. So that kind of concludes that. I could see it to where maybe at the end of the season, she does go back and she feels a lot more confident, and maybe, guess what? It shocks Kudou's mother. But we'll definitely see. So yeah. But anyways, the other part of the episode with we start the episode off with the dream side stuff. Arata's like, why are you doing this and everything? Now, Kudou's mom is like, who the hell are you? And Arata explains, like, look, I'm an attendant to Mio. I'm her cousin. And I also have basically talked to your son, and I know of your son and everything. I'm here to help her, everything. So basically, he comes to be like, he tells her, like, look, you haven't controlled your dream side ability 100%. So listen, anything can go wrong if I'm not here. So you have to let me know that I'm here, which that could be a very big important story point to where, all right, there might be an instance, and they kind of tease this in her balcony talk with Kudou. And I feel like they're maybe setting up something to where it's something of need. She has to use her dream side ability, but Arata's gonna be too concerned with something else, and it's gonna either be her or maybe her with Kudou, and she's gonna have to use her dream side, even though she has not mastered the ability, knowing the dangers of what it could get her into trouble with. So we'll definitely see where that could go. I think that's gonna be an important plot point at some point in the future, where she's gonna have to use her dream side ability, and Arata's not there. But it will be interesting if Kudou will be there too. We'll see. But she uses her dream side ability, and in conjunction, you have it to where Kudou's going up against one of the gifted communion members, and he's like, he's talking all his nonchalant, and he basically, this is gonna be for the will of Naioshi Usui, right? And then this gigantic demon comes out of nowhere, and I'm just like, oh, this is not the My Happy Marriage that I knew in season 1. We're getting into freaking dangerous tier subjects. But you have it to where Kudou looks like he's about to get started, right? But then you have this ice attack show up, and it's Kudou's father. And Kudou's father come in, and Kudou's like, what the hell are you doing? And Kudou's father like, I'm here to help. I just wanted to participate. And listen, they both kick these people asses, man. Kudou's father nice. He nice with it. He know how to fight. Good, nice backup. There's a reason why he's strong. After being defeated, he reverts back into he reverts back into a human, right? And they look at him, and he has like a necklace of this blood thing, this blood vial, and they're like, wait a damn minute, like to turn into that demon thing, right? And that's when Kudou's like, oh shit, Mio, because of the guy and everything. She uses her, so Mio using her dream sight, she sees the dude like freaking the hell out, but then she sees the demon hand basically pulling this guy probably basically down to hell, if you want to be honest. But probably, if that's the thing, the demon would have taken over, and then realistically, let's be honest, probably everybody in that household's dying, and it would have been over. But Mio, you know, was wondering what's happening. You know, Arata's from the outside world is looking at Mio, worried, sick, like, Mio, well, you know, and Mio's just like, I gotta do something, I gotta have confidence. And she basically expels the demon away by saying, like, you need to get out of here. Uses her ability, expels it, saves the man. The one, obviously his mother's like, oh, thank you. If there's anything I can do to repay you, please let me know, you know. And Mio's like, no, it's all right, I'm good. And Arata is like, come on, you know, take some side that you saved this dude's life, right? She had, you know, Kudou shows up. She has a nice embrace with Kudou, and then this is when we get to the juicy shit right here. So Arata shows up and is like, oh, good, you're here. And basically, Kudou's like, why the hell are you here? And he's like, look, you know, I was basically here due to Prince Takaishi. I keep forgetting him. The Emperor's son, right? The Prince. I'm not even going to say his name. Prince T. I'm going to say him Prince T. How about that? Because that name is too damn long, right? And basically, that's why he's there, because of everything that's been going on. And this is when Kudou's like, hey, ever heard of the name hold on. Let me get the name, because holy hell, I forgot the damn name again. How did I forget the name? Let's see. Naioshi, Naioshi Usui. Yeah, Naioshi Usui. And Arts is like, wait, you said Naioshi Usui, right? And Kudou's like, yeah. And he's like, oh shit. I think I now know why everything's going on and why things are getting very hectic now. So they go to the balcony, and actually, before I want to talk about this and bring up everything here, you do, after that conversation on the balcony with Arata happens, you do get a very nice moment between Kudou and Mio, and you have it to where basically Kudou kind of makes a vow and is like, listen, you know, I want to work together on this as a team, and everything because it's only going to help our marriage get even stronger. And he's like, look, I want you to do what you can handle, so I can do what I need to handle. But if there's any instances that I know you need help with, I want to be there right by your side to assist you. And obviously that's a good thing for him. Like, that's your fiance, that's gonna be your future wife. You know, you should always be by your wife's side if she can't handle. And he wants her to tell him, like, look, if you can't handle this, let me know so then I can help you. And it's kind of that whole thing, like, help me so I can help you. And you get this lovely moment to where, at the end of season 1, they were going to kiss, but then Arata interrupted this. This time, that don't happen. They both kiss. He kisses her. She kisses him back. I was like, yes, let's go. My guy Kudou and Mio kissing each other. Finally. It didn't have to take till the end of the series. We finally get a kiss. It was such, and it's one of those kisses when you see in these romance shows that it just feels so justified and so warranted and so good. And it's funny because then the next morning, Mio's in bed, she's like, his lips. He's wondering, like, how is she gonna face Kudou after their kiss? And it's funny that in the moment she didn't really care, but like 24 hours later, she's like, oh god, his lips. I can't get it out of my head. I love Mio. The fact that she straight up said his lips had me cracking, and she said it so loud that even the maids from downstairs were, they're like, oh, is this Mio okay? So this girl is clearly flustered. She's gonna be flustered if Kudou ends up trying to kiss her again. She's gonna be like, wait, hold on, stop please, I can't. And he's gonna be like, wait, what? She's like, I can't think, I keep thinking of your lips, I can't. I don't know. Maybe she just had. Maybe she's a funny girl, man. The fact that was the number one thing she brought, like the fact that she said his lips, not the fact that about the kiss. Where is he like, we kissed? She said straight up his lips. So maybe the dude's lips was soft and she was shocked by it. But that was a funny thing. But going back on a more serious topic, right? So Naioshi Usui. So Arata basically has this balcony talk with Kudou and Mio, right? And he tells her. And he tells the both of them, like, yeah, Naioshi Usui, he's got the same blood as me and Mio. He's a member of the Usuba family line from a branch family, right? So he's like, I guess you can say a distant relative, but still good enough. A distant relative of theirs, but basically good enough to be able to not be related to them, right? And basically, what we find out is he was actually supposed to be the one to marry Mio's mother, Sumi Usuba. But obviously the incidents from season 1, because of everything that happened, and everything, it led to Sumi being married to the Saimoris. Basically, Naioshi Usui, I'm guessing, got very frustrated and pissed off of, like, especially at the Usuba family, talking about, like, oh, so you're gonna marry this girl that I was basically supposed to be married to off to another family, huh? But we must have had some sort of deal in place where I'd be the husband. And basically, he disappeared and he was never seen again. And now with the fact that the guy said he basically, seemingly enough, the leader of the gifted communion, causing all these atrocities, well, that becomes a massive problem, because now if Arata is thinking, he's like, well, if that's the case, then this is a fucking grave stain on the fucking Usuba family, because he's a part of us. And he does say he does have supernatural abilities. What those are, we don't know. He didn't specify, or even Arata doesn't know, but he did say he has supernatural abilities. We don't know what they are, right? But it's very crazy, the fact that, oh shit, so a member of their family is a very evil guy, because he more than likely felt like he was being wronged because he was supposed to marry Mio's mother, but that clearly didn't happen, right? Now, if you ask me, it's more the case you should be getting mad at the Saimoris, but the Saimoris are no longer a thing, right? They're basically like dirt now. They're a dirt family, right? So there's that, right? So he's like, look, I'm gonna go tell the prince about everything that's happening and what's going on, so then we can get onto this immediately. And then you get the last bit of the episode, or you get left off on this cliffhanger, and shit that I was like, oh my goodness, this thing is getting pretty damn dark, right? So they get back to the Imperial capital, and Arata's there. You know, he says like, I'm gonna take Mio home because Kudou, he's like, all right, I gotta go to the Imperial capital. And also, speaking of the Imperial army, right? One of Kudou's right hand men, they look to go into this base of the Gifted Communion, and well, I don't know, but they might be dead or worse. They might be a demon or something or whatever, because they fell for a trap, and yeah, it's not looking too good for them. And that was one of Kudou's right hand man, the one guy we've been seeing a lot in all of season 1, right? And that's not good, because they end up getting locked in this freaking shed that looks to be emptied out, and these like candles or something start turning on, and boom, this like magic circle appears under them, and that's it. So we don't know what happened to them. I'm guessing they died, they got killed, and it was a trap set up. But the episode ends with this ominous like aura, because Arata, Mio, and Kudou can feel this aura, and the way they handled it was so good, and you just feel the intimidating presence as you see, like I mentioned a few episodes ago, I think in episode 1, Mio felt the presence of this dude, and this dude walks up, and they feel this presence. Kudou's like, Mio, stay right next to me. And this dude's walking with the top hat, the weird glasses, and he's like, it's nice to meet you, Kyoka Kudou, and also another member of the Usui family, Arata. Oh, and hello, my daughter. And the episode ends off with that cliffhanger. So I think that is Naioshi Usui. Listen, man, I don't know what next week has in store, but this motherfucker a threat. He probably gonna be the type of threat that's like, don't fuck with me. And he probably gonna be the whole type of thing of maybe telling Kudou, I want you to leave Mio and give Mio to me, because that's rightfully my daughter. Even though she's not my daughter, but I could see it. The struggle for Mio. So that's the thing. And yeah, man, it's gonna be interesting. Or shit, dare I say, even though he claims that Mio's his daughter, what if he tries to like get Mio to marry her to make up for the fact that, well, I didn't marry Sumi Usui, but I do see my potential, what was gonna be my daughter. I guess if that's the case, well then I'll just marry her, get her to marry her, and I can freaking do what I need to do, right? Which, if you want to say gross, yeah, but we're in these times. But I could perfectly see it to where, even though he knows that should have been his daughter, he's gonna try to claim Mio to possibly marry her, to make up for Sumi's, marriage to the Saimoris, at the same time getting revenge on all the people that wronged him, especially the Usui family, right? Because what's a better way to stick it to the Usui family is, okay, well, then I'll just marry the woman's daughter that I was supposed to marry, because I was supposed to marry, her mother. So I'll just take the next main member of the Usui head family line and just marry her for myself. And then there's nothing you can do about it, right? At the same time, he's this leader of this basically terroristic group in the Gifted Communion, and he's using that as a way to get revenge. Or maybe he wants to turn Mio into some weird demon because she has the supernatural abilities. I don't know where it's gonna go, but this friggin' season seems a lot darker than whatever we got in season 1. And I'm here for it. And protect Mio at all costs from this freak. And I'm really hoping that Kudou don't get himself in a situation where they're giving death flags, but we'll see. But a great episode of My Happy Marriage. I can't wait to see where the show's gonna go going forward, and I'm very excited to see where it's going to go starting next Monday. But till then, guys, stay safe out there. Have a great rest of your day or your night when watching this video. Until then, guys, stay safe out there, and I'll see you guys next video. Peace.